So we are going to just go over your homework for next week. Okay, I'll go ahead and share my screen with you and talk to you about your homework. It's not often that we have homework in these things, right? But our homework for this week is going to be under supervisor documents, go figure, values and vision. And in here is a Vail Leadership Institute piece on values. See if this is the right one. Yep, this is it. Okay. This is 21 pages long. Okay. We are going to go through these next week, so this is your homework. I'll email this out. Core values. Okay. Reading this little piece on core values, then going through the head and heart values. First, you have the head values. You rate all of these things and how much you value these things for yourself between 5 and 1. 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Imagine we have a 1 through 5 scale on something. That's unbelievable. I know you've never heard of the 1 through 5 scale before. Then you go through heart values. Okay. If status is a big one, then it's a 5. If security is a low one, then it's a 1. And if friendship is a big one, then it's a 5. And if hope is a low one, it's a 1. Okay. If you don't know what it is, don't choose it. Okay. If there's a word that you can't identify with, move on. What we're trying to get to is your top 5 head values and your top 5 heart values. Okay. Then you're going to narrow them down to 5 overall. Okay, this is all just a decision-making tree to get you to choose 5 values. Okay, then you can do some brainstorming and writing on your values, why they're important to you. Okay, what acts you're going to take based on your values, and the values, what you reject of the values. Why, like for me, for example, religion is a high value for me, right? But what do I reject from religion? I reject the institutionalized religion, the aspect of spirituality that is, the fallible of the church, right? The humanness and the institutionness that the humans make it into sometimes. And so I'd write that out at some point. Organizational values, how you as an organization should value things, is extra credit. If you're a manager or leader and you want to do that, go right ahead. Okay? So this is a workbook that I want you to do over the next week, and next week Friday, I want to have these in my hand, turn them in to me. It'd be fun to turn them into your boss as well, whoever you report to, but turn them into me as the proctor for the core values and vision step. We will not be going over this next week, but it gives me a week to look at them and prepare them so they are due to me by next week. Any questions on this? If you've already done this before, turn in your old copy or look at your old copy, and I dare you to do it again and see what's changed. If you've done it before, this isn't necessarily for you. I can probably pull up your old copy, or you can turn in your old copy. You don't need to be redundant, but it's fun just to look at what's changed. But if you've already been through this whole cycle, which is Candy and Schwartz and Mills and some of you, don't worry about doing it again. We'll actually have you skip the week or become coaches of the week that we actually go over this in 2 weeks from today. Okay?
Well, Todd, the last time we did this was the area managers meeting, right?
Yeah, so you got some area managers who listen in on this conversation, or just like Ron sitting here, and he said the reason why he likes to listen to these conversations is to make sure that new information isn't going out that he doesn't know about.
Sure. Well, just
So it's not necessarily for him to go through this core values thing again. This is for the Kayla, Trevor, James, JR. If you haven't done this, I think maybe you have. I don't know.
he has, but I think it would be a neat experiment to just do this without going back to look at your other one. And I'll have to do this myself, but do it again and then pull out your old notes and compare the two.
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's
Because we
good
have
too,
changed.
Todd.
We've gone through a bunch in the last, several months. So
Yeah. I mean, just to give you an example of what Brent's saying, we interviewed an applicant for a management job, and I said, hey, that this applicant doesn't fit this job description. And Brent said, I want to argue the job description. So we went back through Pro, and man, has this thing changed over the last year. This job has changed. The job that we were looking at and considering this person for, it's different. And so, some of your core values may change a little bit. You probably won't see that much change, but it is fun to go back and look at, driving home which values you chose again and which ones you didn't. So this is step one of a three-step process. I'm not telling you step 2 or 3 yet. For those of you that already know it, just let people do the values piece before you unveil the rest of it. Okay?
all right.
It'll be fun. We'll probably assign you guys, after we go through step 2 of this, we'll probably assign each person to somebody who's already done it, to help them kind of work together and think through step 2 and step 3 together, and we'll do it over multiple weeks. So again, I'll email this out to you, okay? Any questions?